Welcome back to Social Club. It's Tuesday, so one more lovely little nugget of Social Club goodness here for you today. Yesterday we spoke about Slaven Bilic being sacked, and we spoke about, it was Arsenal Club, and we were talking about Lacazette and how Wenger just hates him, basically. With CJ, Deluded Gooner, Rory from CFC Fan TV, and Sam from United People's TV. So this one now, Rory's got the giggles. He's had the giggles all day.
He's just booed me.
He just booed him. Really? What was the reason behind the boo?
It was just because he's been a nightmare. Like before this video actually started, he's been driving me mad.
Really? Why?
He's like a troll. You know, like most trolls exist online. I've got like one in real life.
Got one in the office.
Nightmare.
How he's getting away with this? He is the troll.
He's trolling me.
The ultimate troll.
He's trolling me all day long.
Right, this is the question for Social Club. Who is the best of the rest? If Man City are the best team in the league, and in my opinion, it's quite clear that they are, especially after the weekend where they're in second gear and beating this lot 3-1. Who is the best of the rest? Who's next best? We'll kick off with, go on Rory, you seem ready to go.
I do. I acknowledge City's brilliance. I completely concede that they've looked infallible at times this season, have played very well, and Guardiola has done something magnificent there so far. I just think that we're being slightly premature. The title, like, effectively what you're doing here is saying City have won the league.
They have won the league though, haven't they?
I massively disagree with that. I don't know how in the minority I am here, and equally I don't know how that's going to go down with people in the comments here.
Well, yeah, but it'd be interesting to know.
I think this is so early. What are we, 11 games? So a quarter...
27 games to go.
A quarter of the season.
Remember, they did win the first 10 games last year as well.
Well, this is it. We've been there before.
But this is different. This year looks different. It seems different.
Well, we say that every year. We literally say that every year in the Premier.
But do you know, the other side with Man City, I think last year you could see there were weaknesses. You could see there wasn't a balance to the team. You could see there were aspects that...
Not when they were winning. It's easy to say that now with a bit of hindsight. But when they were winning...
But they still got them same mistakes. I mean, if you look at Stones and Otamendi, they can be pulled apart, and they were on Sunday. I know Arsenal are crap, but they were. Was it Stoke? They won 7-2 or something like that. They're outscoring teams, but defensively there are some frailties. They are the best, I do agree, but the league is done in May. We still got a lot of time. I don't think anyone can catch them, so it doesn't make sense, but yeah.
Well, yeah, all that said, you're wrong. Man City, it's done, mate. I think it's proper done. They look so much better, so much better. You've even got, like, even Delph, that's a revelation putting him there.
Oh,
and it works. It works. Anyway.
It's working at the moment. Everything is going City's way at the moment. They're playing very well, and undoubtedly they are currently the best
big games
team.
They've dealt with everyone as well. We've got to give them credit.
Okay, not won the league yet.
Right, that's not what I'm saying, though.
You're sort of
I'm
saying
really sure that is exactly what you just said. And that is literally exactly what you just said.
No, I'm saying they're the best.
You've also said they've won the league already.
I'm saying they're the best. Is anyone disagreeing that they're not the best team?
No, they're top of the league at the moment.
They clearly are, yeah. They're without a doubt the best.
Top of the league at the moment.
Head and shoulders above everyone.
Completely agree. They came to Chelsea. It was one of the most comprehensive 1-0 defeats we've ever had. They were far too good for us. We couldn't get the ball off them. De Bruyne scored a blinder, and they outclassed us. But it could all mean nothing in May.
Oh, yeah, of course it could. There is a long way to go. But for the purpose of this video, if we're putting Man City to one side for a second, right? Who out of the rest? I think most people would see that Man City, at the moment, certainly,
head
look
and
at the
shoulders.
points, are head and shoulders above. So if that goes on to be, who is next?
So who's going to finish second?
Who's getting silver?
Right.
Yeah. Who's the next best?
Who's second in the league right now?
Second lead is Man United currently.
I genuinely think we will finish second in the league this year. I think Jose Mourinho. This season you've seen a proper Jose Mourinho team, and yes, it's been dull at points, but we've only conceded 5 goals. It took a wonderful cross and header from Morata to beat us at the weekend, and we're missing Paul Pogba at the moment. But we've got Pogba to come back into that team. We've got Ibrahimovic to come back into that team. And we have got one hell of a squad and a starting 11. And I just think going into the latter stages of the season, Jose Mourinho knows what to do. That's what I'm going to be interested to see with Pep Guardiola. When things are going right and rosy, football's sexy, the goals are brilliant. But when the back's against the wall and things aren't going right and plan A isn't working, Guardiola doesn't have the plan B, the ugly football that Mourinho does. And that does win.
Jose doesn't have attractive football, I just have to point that out.
No, he does have attractive football.
He ain't got attractive football.
When it gets sexy.
Okay, who scored the second most goals in the league this year? Oh, Manchester
United.
United.
But even you must concede that the style of, like, I was listening to the United support yesterday, you know, really loud, probably the loudest at Stamford Bridge this season, well, certainly the loudest at Stamford Bridge so far this season. Often singing a song about playing football the Busby way. You're not.
Exactly.
You're absolutely not.
First 15, 20 minutes we
that
were.
song is as inaccurate as the song we sing about Bakayoko never giving the ball away.
No, mate, I'm telling you, at points this season we have played wonderful attacking football. It's just that
But
in
it's
other
not the
games,
United way, is it? Going to Liverpool and hoping for a draw.
mate, a
coming to
draw at
Chelsea-
Liverpool any season is a good result.
It is
But
it is a good result, but too often than not, since Fergie's gone, you lot haven't put in a United performance where you're going to stand up to be counted. You're actually trying to win. You've gone from not winning that is failure to a point isn't a bad result, which it isn't. But looking back at how you lot used to be, you lot used to be the biggest bullies in the land, and you're settling for a point against your biggest rival. Surely that's a fall from grace.
A big thing that you've said there.
It's a good point, well
made.
made. I like him.
I like him.
Have that, Sam. You're going to fit in brilliantly around here.
The point you made about Pogba was quite interesting, right? Because Kante came back for Chelsea, and you could see the difference. Like you allowed Fabregas to be further up the pitch, Bakayoko to be further up the pitch. They looked. It's just the amount of ground he covers is just unbelievable. But if you had all of those Chelsea stars there, so Kante of course as well, and then you had all those, you know, if you brought Pogba back in, then they went head to head. Are you saying that you think if you went head to head and does Pogba bring that huge amount more to Man United like Kante does for Chelsea?
What United were missing against Chelsea and what we've been missing against Spurs for the majority of the game and also Liverpool away is that creative spark. Because Mkhitaryan's been bang out of form after getting 6 assists in August.
Though, I mean, and you're completely right, but the madness of what I'm hearing is that you're lacking creativity. One of the most creative football players I've ever had the privilege of watching is Juan Mata. And he's sitting on your bench, or not even on your bench.
Yeah.
That didn't make any sense because Mata, I always thought Mata's the first person to be sold by Mourinho, but he's actually become quite an important player in the squad. The reason I think he was dropped is because Fellaini was back from injury and there needed to be someone to come off the bench for Fellaini and just so happened to be Juan Mata. Because for some reason Mourinho believed Mkhitaryan was going to be good enough, or he thought, if Mkhitaryan's not good enough, I'm going to put Fellaini on, which is ultimately what he did. So as far as he was concerned in his game plan, Mata was third choice behind Mkhitaryan and Fellaini.
So when's Pogba back?
He was supposed to be back for that game against Chelsea. No one really knows. And I can see that United have been playing some ugly football at times, but I've seen the best attacking football this season than I have since Fergie's left. And it's only going to get better when we've got Pogba back and Ibrahimovic. But when we didn't have injuries, we were flying at the start of the season. Injuries kicked in.
It was also against the opposite,
I know, but we had a good start to the season.
Late night flurries of goals as well.
Yeah, but that's United. You're talking about United way. We scored more goals from... Nobody scored more goals as a substitute than Anthony Martial this season.
Should be starting.
Impact from the bench has been incredible. Him or Rashford. One of them isn't going to start every game.
Yeah, they can't.
And the impact is incredible that we've scored most goals 80 minutes plus this season. There are hallmarks of United teams coming in, but it's just done in a Mourinho way, which sometimes isn't sexy, but as a team, second best in the league, I think.
See, just as you said, just as you said, Pogba, like I think you guys missed a trick not bringing in another central midfielder because you just said you're missing the creative spark.
I do like this guy. I said the exact same
I just thought I'd
thing.
add that on, man. Yeah.
United, it was always the weak point in the United squad. If we were going to get 1 or 2 injuries in midfield, we were going to be exposed. Nobody expected Pogba to be out for 2 months and Fellaini to be banging form and then get injured as well, and Carrick to be injured too. So 3 central midfielders out of 5 were injured going into.
But I guess you've gained in Fellaini being actually useful.
That was a massive surprise.
CJ, who are you going for? Arsenal, I presume.
Second best? No, at the risk of my Arsenal family getting on to me, I have to say Spurs. Like I have to. Firstly, let me talk. Firstly, I give Chelsea respect because they're the league. They're holding the league championship at the moment, and they can always get back in it. They're playing a bit so-so for me, but they're still in it. I give them respect. United, on the basis that I thought the 2 Manchester clubs, the league would be between you two. I have to give you lot. But I give it to Spurs because when I look at other than City, they're the most organised side in and out of possession. Arsenal are not organised. Liverpool are top heavy. United fair play. But the rest, I just think it's Spurs. Spurs do get a bit overrated in the sense that they finish third in a 2-horse race and it's all a big story.
You got to
dig them in. You got to dig them in. But I just think Spurs purely because if I was a footballer playing against Spurs, I'd be scared. You've got Kane, you've got an organised system. I believe the other sides they can be got at. So I'm going with Spurs. They'll obviously bottle and I'll be here laughing under the comments in the months to come. But yeah.
I said this to someone yesterday watching the game, and they didn't play great against Palace, but they got the win.
Got the result.
And I said, if you took those names and put those names on the back of Man United shirts, would people look at that team completely different or give them a lot more credit? Because the obvious thing you quickly go to is they haven't won anything.
I think they get an awful lot of credit at Tottenham. I think
A bit too
they
much.
get
A bit
lot-
OTT as well. A bit OTT.
Yes.
A bit
I don't-
OTT.
I
Very
don't think they
OTT.
do.
Well,
I think people are ready to go to Chelsea. Chelsea are the second best team. Or
no,
one of the top
I
three.
think
No
Tottenham.
one's talking. No one's talking about it. In people's predictions for the top three, most people were going Man City, Man United, Chelsea. There
Yeah.
weren't many going for
Okay, but
Spurs.
look at this. You've got Kane that's got 20 odd goals in however many years. They've arguably had the best fullbacks last year. I know both fullbacks ain't playing, but they had the best fullbacks, best back four, all the best stats. They were
I
undefeated
agree.
at White Hart Lane. So with this being said, you need to be critiqued about winning stuff. Like, what have they won? I'm not even trying to get at Spurs, but what have they won? Arsenal, we've won 3 FA Cups, and I'm not happy with that in however many years. But then how do you judge what is success and failure?
Yeah, absolutely. Because you can base it the same thing on points.
Of
They've
course.
got more points than anyone else in
yeah.
2 years.
He's absolutely right. And until a side wins a trophy, which is why Mourinho, like, you know, we can try and have a pop at Sam and whatever, and it's fun, and I encourage it. But at the end of the day, they look back on their season last year, and at the beginning of the season, Manchester United entered 4 competitions, or 5. They won 2 trophies.
And that's the thing. They're not happy with that. They're not
They're
happy
not
with
happy.
that because
But
United,
winning-
they used to
winning
champs and
trophy-
things.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm
Winning
getting at.
trophies is the hallmark of success.
Yeah.
And until Tottenham do that, they don't really belong in this conversation.
Because if they
That's
retired...
mad. No, come on. They've got more points than any other team over the last 2 years.
but
So
the
their
But
team
what's
is-
not playing like that?
But
No,
what
but
if
the
they
bottom
won?
Bottom line with that is they're playing games and winning those games. That's great. That means they've got a good side.
Yeah, but then they should be critiqued like a big club. Because if Arsenal, I know we've been crap, but if Arsenal, Chelsea, United, if we don't win a league, it's nothing but failure. Serious question marks are asked. Pochettino is still the messiah. He can't do any wrong. He's not critiqued. Neither is the players.
That's not what I'm arguing
Completely
at. I'm arguing at the point is, are they the second best team?
They won't,
For me,
they won't
for
finish
me-
second.
Yeah, they won't finish second, and therefore they're not the second best team.
You don't think they'll finish second?
No, I told you, United finished second.
All right, then. So who do you think?
Tottenham won't finish second. I think that their squad is, they're one injury away. Harry Kane, I mean, they're doing incredibly well, but they literally have Superman playing up front for them.
Yeah.
You take him out of that side and, they're then going to be looking at playing...
Son.
Yeah,
He did
Son
go
up
and get
there,
20 goals, to be fair to
or
him.
But,
the lad from Swansea.
You saw it,
Llorente.
you saw
Llorente,
Spurs at Old Trafford, like they had a lot of possession, and they as soon as they got towards our back four, they kind of stopped.
Yeah.
That final run.
They're also about to qualify for the second round of the Champions League.
Have to give them props for that as
And
well.
yeah, huge achievement.
that's
No, I didn't
surely
think they were
gonna
going
be
Yeah,
through
huge
that.
achievement.
That's
But
gonna
you
be their
can't put it in a
focus.
trophy cabinet.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
so-
If these players retire tomorrow, they've won F all. Like,
You've got to give them some credit.
no, they
I
have
just said
credit.
it's a great achievement.
But we're
They were-
talking about credit as being a big side. Like,
when
you
that
can't.
actually kicks in, when they fixtures next year, when they're playing, they're going to play say away at Stamford Bridge, and then away at Roma,
So
and then away again. I mean, you've already played 30 games that season.
So
That's
will
when
you.
it's going.
So will Chelsea.
Oh yeah,
So
no,
will
it will tell on
United,
us.
so
It will
will
tell
Liverpool,
everyone. But
so will everyone.
Yeah, but
Tottenham have
what-
never done it though.
what
Tottenham haven't
he's-
experienced this.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
Probably not the caliber, but the games, the Tuesday, Tuesday.
Yeah, no,
Sunday
but
games.
they
Spurs,
haven't.
but Spurs for the last 2 years have always done very, very, very well up until the point where it comes towards March time, where it starts to fall apart a little tiny
Even
bit.
if you want to be
nonsense. They
technical,
won the
Europe
last-
last
they won
year
the
they
last-
weren't the best, to be honest.
Well, they finished brilliantly last season, didn't they? Didn't they win the last 10 games or 12 games?
Yeah, but in
Yeah,
Europe,
but-
They finished 10 points behind the leaders.
yeah.
But they were still a long
but they-
way ahead of everyone else.
Yeah, but they were chasing shadows. It's
Okay.
easy enough when you're chasing
Are you
shadows.
going to try and put Chelsea in this mix?
They have to be respected. They're
Yeah.
league winners.
Yeah, I think Chelsea are as capable as anybody else of finishing top. So certainly second.
So, do you think Chelsea are better than Man United, better than Spurs, better than Liverpool, better than
Yeah.
Arsenal?
They're definitely better than the last two names you said. Like, they're
Yeah.
definitely better than
I think
Liverpool and Arsenal.
Manchester United. I'm always very fearful of Mourinho. I'm always very respectful of Manchester United. I'm of a generation where I'm used to them just winning and embarrassing
And,
everybody.
being
So I'm
bullies.
fully aware of the respect that Manchester United deserve. Equally, I'm fully aware of what Mourinho is capable of. So Manchester United are well capable of winning the league. If not winning the league, obviously finishing second. So Manchester United is something that troubles me. But I think we proved yesterday, we proved away at Atletico Madrid, we proved away at Tottenham. If we get it right, we're a serious force. And there is such a long way to go. This season has so many twists and turns. It's by no means... Like Chelsea could easily finish top. They could easily not qualify for the Champions League. And that's applicable to
Hopefully,
everyone,
we need a
probably
space.
aside for City.
Hopefully. Like,
Right, well, do you know what, speaking of Chelsea and Man United, we made a little mini doc on Mourinho and Rory's and Chelsea fans and Man United fans' thoughts of him back then, back in the day, and now. It's cracking. You should definitely go and watch it. We'll put a little end card at the end of this video. We'll also put a poll card up. Let us know who you think is the best of the rest, and get involved in the comments. Let us know your thoughts on it. Subscribe to Bull Street, hit that like button, and what?
I said don't pick Spurs.
Don't be Spurs. And don't be
I know I was talking about them, but don't pick them. Don't pick them.
And yeah, check out all the other content on this week. You got the One for the Weekend podcast coming up on Thursday, so make sure you check that out.